Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Low Effort Sunday, where I prepare even less than normal to make videos. And I'm gonna open some stuff, I'm gonna talk a little bit, and let me throw that off camera. And we'll just see how it goes. Ooh, scan to learn more. So I bought a bunch of cards, old pre-modern era stuff on Black Friday, In my brain, Tempest lands look correct. Tempest was the current large expansion. Oh, absolutely beautiful. It's my favorite mountain. Tempest was the current big expansion when I started playing Magic. Yep, grabbed a couple of those too. Red, blue, Painland. And so Tempest just looks correct to me. I swear I only ordered 2 of those. I'm going to have to go back and check. And so when I build pre-modern decks, I love using the old Tempest lands, so I just went through, bought the cheapest copies, a couple each, of each of the Tempest lands. Nice. Just to kind of replenish. Man, those are some dirty cards. Yep, I already opened this. The envelope was wet in my mailbox somehow. All the rest of the mail that day was dry. A little confusing. Just recently, I started doing some looking at commercial real estate and essentially places where I could potentially open a store one day, just trying to get an idea of prices. And boy, the eye-watering sticker shock. So there's a spot really close to my house. Skyshroud Ranger, why would you ever buy that? Oh, it's such a bad card. And 4 of them, why would you do that? Vitalize, oh man. This is one of those old cards. I think it was only printed twice. This is Mirage, and then I think it was printed in 6th edition. And just a wildly powerful card. But so I was looking in this shopping center real close to my house and seeing what was available. And as I looked, I thought, I swear this one spot in this shopping center has been vacant the entire time I have lived here, which is nearly a decade now. And so I jumped onto Google Street View and navigated over to that place. And I started going backwards in time on the pictures that they have on there. Seems like it'd be pretty good in a tribal elf deck. Oh, Instill Energy. It's like a multi-use single target version of Vitalize. And so I started looking back, and sure enough, every single view of that space that's for lease, it was empty for the last 9 years. So I look into it, and taking into account the size of the space and the cost per square foot per year that they're asking for it, it comes out for 1,300 square feet. You can get it for a mere $3,000 a month. Now, I have a mortgage, and my house is, it's somewhere around 2,200 square feet, something like that. And that mortgage, more tribal stuff. That mortgage is about $1,300 per month. And so just kind of naively, I compare it to that. So $1,300 a month for a mortgage on a 2,200 or so square foot house, compared to $3,000 a month for a commercial space of 1,300 square feet. Just eye-watering. And, like I said, the spot has been empty for 9 years. But such an underrated card, in my opinion. I just love this card. Obviously, not very well fitting in elf tribal decks, but just 2 mana to take another turn. And if you're within distance of winning, then great. It's Time Walk. So that's what I had. I was looking at those commercial real estate prices and the lease rates and stuff. And where I live here, $24 per square foot per year is about the normal for commercial space. Office space runs about $10 to $12 per square foot per year. And so I started looking, well, what if I went a bit further out? Because I live in a real built up area in the middle of the DFW Metroplex. And, going out west of Fort Worth a little ways, you could get commercial for about $12 per square foot per year. And so half the price if you just go out about 20 or 30 miles. But of course, I would probably need to move, like physically move my entire family, buy a different house. So we'll see how this goes. I would just wanted to get like basically a calibration on my expectations and figure out how things looked and what kind of costs I could expect to eventually open a store just from the slot itself, the commercial space. So, and I know some of you guys are probably living in much higher cost of living areas and thinking, oh, geez, Craig, $24 per square foot per year, and thinking how cheap that would be and how nice it would be to have rates that low. But, yep, that's what it is here. And, the entire amount of money that I put towards Final Trade, since I'm still partly funding it out of my personal finances, it's not fully self-sustaining by a long shot yet on its own revenues. $3,000 per month is way more than I put into it right now. And so it'll have to grow quite a bit more for me to get to that point, but we'll see. I have time. I have a professional career that I do full time right now that pays the real bills. And so we'll see how it goes in the long run. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.